So if you have a curve like, okay, so that point there represents the minimum that's the minimum point, the minimum, okay, minimum and turning point, that coordinate there right at the bottom. So the minimum turning point of the curve as it goes down to the minimum, then turns and goes up again, okay? The gradient as you go down gets less and less and less, and then it gets greater and greater and greater. And the gradient to that point is equal to 0, okay? Next you have okay, so this is the maximum turning point. Maximum turning point. Okay, and the gradient again there is equal to 0. Okay, so as you go up the curve, it gets to a maximum point in the curve with the turning, and then the turning goes downhill, okay? That's the maximum turning point. And then you got the third type where you got okay. This is called the point of inflection, the inflection point. Okay, where the gradient to that point, you could draw a tangent along there. The gradient equals to 0, okay? You could also draw that the other way. You could so you could have okay, okay, so again the gradient to that point, here you'd have there would usually be a point there, okay, the XY coordinate, okay, and again here you'd have you'd usually pass through a single point. You don't often draw the tangents in, but I'm just doing it to illustrate that there's a point that's going through here, which is the point at which the gradient equals 0, okay? So this is, again, an inflection point. The point of inflection. So the gradient, in this case the gradient is gradually decreasing, and it gets to 0, then it gradually increases again. In this case the gradient is gradually decreasing, gets to 0, and then it gradually increases again. Okay? On these graphs the gradient is gradually decreasing, gets to 0, then increases. Gradient is gradually decreasing, gets to 0, and then increases again. Minimum turning point, maximum. Well, whether it's minimum maximum is not, it's got no relevance to which quadrant it's in. It's just the fact that it's the lowest point in the curve and the parabola. That's the minimum point of turning. And this is the highest point in the parabola. Okay, the maximum point of turning. I should say maximum point, the point at which the parabola reaches its peak or its minimum as it turns. Okay.